Hi there, Ryan here, and let's learn how to make a simple employee timesheet in Excel. With this spreadsheet, you can enter the start and stop times for each day's work, and you can track your time over any number of weeks. Plus, you can view the summary page to view all of your weekly totals. Okie dokie, now that we know what we're building, let's get started. Beginning with a blank Excel workbook, start by clicking here to select all cells. Increase the font size to 12. Change the horizontal alignment to left, and change the vertical alignment to middle. Then right-click on the column headings, select column width, set the width to 15, and click OK. Then right-click on the row headings, select row height, set the height to 30, and click OK. Now I want you to select columns A and B, hold Control, and also select column H and column J. Then right-click, column width, set the width to 3, and click OK. Next, select row 2, hold Control, select row 12, then right-click, row height, set the height to 10, and click OK. Nice. Now let's select the range B2 through J12. Then click the down arrow next to the Borders button and select More Borders. For the border color, select this light gray. Then click the Outline button to apply the border around the outside edges of the selected range. And finally, click OK. You can now turn off the grid lines by going to View, uncheck Grid Lines. Then click here to select all cells, click the Fill Color button here, and select this light gray color. Then select the range B2 through J12 again. Click the Fill Color button and select No Fill. Okie dokie. Now let's add the borders on the inside to give the table some structure. Start by selecting C3 through I3, bold the font, click the Borders button, change the color to blue, apply the border on the bottom, and click OK. Now select C11 through I11, bold the font, click the Borders button, change the color to blue, and apply the border on top, and click OK. Select C4 through I10 next. Click the Borders button, change the color to this light gray, apply borders in the middle, and click OK. Then select H3 through H11. Click the Borders button, change the color to this light gray, apply borders on the right, and click OK. Finally, select I4 through I11, click the font color button here, change the color to blue, then select columns D through I, and change the horizontal alignment to right. Fantastic! At this point, make a copy of the worksheet by right-clicking on the Worksheet tab, select Move or Copy, check Create a Copy, and click OK. Then rename the first sheet to Summary, and rename the second sheet to WK1. Now on the Week 1 spreadsheet, select cell C3 and type in Date, then Start, Stop, Start, Stop, and Hours. Then select cell C11 and type in Total. After that, go ahead and type in some sample data like so. This is going to help us set up the number formatting and also help us validate our formulas later on. But before we get to that, today's video is sponsored by Connect Team, which is a beautifully designed app for managing your entire deskless team. You can manage all of your employee schedules and timesheets in one place, And your entire team can clock in, clock out, and manage their own schedules all from their phone. But wait, there's more. Managers can ensure that staff only clocks in and clocks out from work from their job sites using geofencing. You can get real-time attendance monitoring with alerts for any discrepancies. Employee hours are automatically logged into digital timesheets, ready for payroll. And you can easily manage absences, PTO requests, and overtime. So a lot of stuff. You should really go check out Connect Team. You'll even find that it's packed with other awesome features like shift scheduling and task management. And the best part, it's absolutely free for companies with up to 10 users, and they offer a 14-day free trial with no credit card if your team is bigger than 10. I left a link in the description to make it easy to find, so go check it out. That being said, let's get back to our build. Once you've added the sample data, the next step is to adjust the number formatting. Start by selecting the range C4 through C10 and click the down arrow here. You can select short date or long date, or if you want to customize how the date looks, you can click on more number formats. In the box that appears, under Category, select Custom. Then in this box here, clear the contents and type in DDD, space MMM, space DD. This specific code tells Excel that you want the day to appear as a 3-letter abbreviation of the weekday, then a comma and a space, the 3-letter abbreviation of the month, a space, and then a 2-digit representation of the day. If you'd like, I encourage you to play around with the D's and M's, and you can also use Y's to include information about the year. Either way, once you have it the way that you want, click on OK. Now let's format the times. Select the range D4 through G10. Click the down arrow here and select More Number Formats. Under Category, if you click on Custom, you can use H's, M's, and S's to customize how you want the time to look. Or you can click on Time and select a time format that looks good to you. Either way, once you have it, click on OK. Now to finish up the number formatting, select I4 through I11. Click the down arrow here, select Number, and that's it. Our final step on this page is to complete the formulas. So let's start with the rest of the dates. Select cell C5 and enter the following. Equals C4 plus 1 and press enter. This formula simply increments the date in C4 by 1, giving you the next day. And once you've written the formula, use the fill handle to copy the formula down to cell C10. Awesome. Now for the hours calculation. Select cell I4 and enter the following formula. Equals, open parentheses, if function, E4 less than D4, next argument, 1 minus D4 plus E4, next argument, E4 minus D4, close parentheses, plus if function, G4 less than F4, next argument, 1 minus F4 plus G4, next argument, G4 minus F4, close parentheses, times 24, and press enter. Okay, I realize that this looks like a really complicated formula, but it's really not that complex. Let me explain how it works. The first if function checks to see if the stop time is less than the start time. This would be the case if you started at 10 p.m., for example, and ended around 2 a.m. And in this case, the if function would perform the first calculation to calculate the time difference. Otherwise, it would go to the second calculation. And then if you look at the second if function, it does the exact same thing with the second start and stop times. And then finally at the end, you have the whole thing multiplied by 24, and that is to give you the difference in hours. Now, if you'd like to understand the math behind all of this, I really suggest that you check out my video, The Secret to Understanding Time in Excel. The video explains everything that you need to know about how time values actually work within Excel. That being said, once you have the formula working, go ahead and right-click on the fill handle and drag down the formula to cell I-10 and select Fill Without Formatting. Fantastic. For our last formula, select cell I-11 and enter equals sum function I-4 through I-10, close parentheses and press enter. And this gives you the total hours for the week. Awesome. We are now free to copy this worksheet as much as we want. So for the sake of example, go ahead and copy this worksheet once. Right-click on the Worksheet tab, select Move or Copy, check Create a Copy, select Move to End, and click OK. Then rename the worksheet to Week 2, and also change the date in cell C4 to the date right after the date that you see in cell C10. And then all of the dates update accordingly. You can also clear out any time data that you don't want there. Now, I'm going to leave the top line so we can validate our summary formulas here in a little bit. Speaking of which, go ahead and move to the Summary tab. Select columns D through H, right-click, and delete. Then, in cell C3, type in week, and then hours. Then for the weeks, enter in the names of your worksheet tabs, and you want to make sure that what you type here matches the worksheet names exactly. That's important. And finally, in cell C11, type in total. Now, in cell D4, enter the following formula. Equals if error function, indirect function, C4, ampersand, quote, exclamation point, I11, quote, close parentheses, next argument, 0, close parentheses, and press enter. This formula takes the name that you typed in cell C4 and transforms it into a reference that refers to the total value stored in cell I11 on that worksheet. And once you have the formula working, right-click on the fill handle, drag down to cell D10, and fill without formatting. Then select cell D11 and enter the formula equals sum function D4 through D10, close parentheses, and press enter. And for the final touch, select the range D4 through D11, click the down arrow here, and select number. And that's it. You did it. Awesome, awesome job. Now, before you go, I want to quickly show you how to expand the table to add room for more weeks. Select a number of rows in the middle of the table like this, then right-click and insert. You then need to copy the formula down with the fill handle, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Thank you so much for sticking around, and give this video a like if you learned something new. Maybe even consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon in the next Spreadsheet Life video.